Hey, happy Sunday, guys. Thanks for checking out the stream. Appreciate it. Dan Bino here with another FSEconomy VR Aviation flight and update. MK84, how you doing? MK84, the leader of the top pilot this month. Serious Gamer, thanks for joining. Mickey, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Going to be going over, going to do a couple of flights here and then going over the status of VR Aviation. Doing well, very well. Oh, Crash is hosting. Thanks, Crash, for that host. Appreciate that. And we'll go over the status of our group. Crash, how you doing? Today we're going to be flying Sapper's Baron B58, the livery that he created, and I'm going to show you where you can now easily get all of the VR Aviation liveries on our website. A couple of updates to the website. And actually, Boeing engineer, aka Mike, has done a lot of work on creating the first of hopefully multiple reports that we're going to have for the group to check the status of where we are and stuff. So I'm going to be showing that off today and a couple other things. So probably going to do a Quest Kodiak run as well after this up in the Western FBO network. Got a bunch of supplies to bring to Idaho, so we'll probably do that. So anyway, thanks for joining, guys. Gonna get right to it here. Let's get to the flight planning and get this bird in the air, and then we'll do a group update, VR Aviation group update, and take it from there. So we're cold and dark in the stock Baron, Laminar stock Baron. Yeah, that is a nice Baron. This is Sapper's livery that he created, and I'm gonna show you on the website, on our website, where to find that. SimPilot, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Thanks everyone for joining. So let's do our flight planning here. So we're going to be going from, we're going to be doing a kind of a repositioning, I guess. We've got the Baron is at VA 57. Mr. T decided to fly it there. So that's okay. So we're going to have to fly it back. And conveniently, we have a couple of billiard hustlers and baseball scout going back to Delaware Air Park. So that's the run we're going to be doing in the Baron. We've got 49 gallons of gas. I mean, it should be plenty, but I always like to top it off when I'm at one of our FBOs, so we'll just go to 60 just for grins. Actually, we'll go to 75 for grins. Put the fuel in back into VR Aviation. There we go. And we're going to be flying this for VR Aviation. And our route, I'm going to do the route here on the, if you look upper left-hand corner here, we'll do the route here. So we're going to go 33 and, sorry, VA 57. And we're going 33N. And when we get to 33N, there is a GPS. Oops. Yeah, was it Irisay? I guess that's how you pronounce it. So we'll just insert that one actually. Delete that. We're going to go insert before URESY. And there we go. That'll get us right in there. So that's our route, 91 nautical miles. To the next, it's about 100 miles total. We'll just need to program that into the 530, and we'll be on our way. Bug Eater, how you doing? M9, how you doing? Thanks for joining, guys. I'm going to be talking about SimPilot's and M9's scenery creation as well, so we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, so that's our flight plan. Get this out of here. So let's get into the bird here. All right, cold and dark. Unfortunately, Laminar hasn't created a way to get rid of the yoke, which sucks. So let's get our battery on. Oops, come on. Battery on. I mean, I think there's a command you can do, but I'm not going to deal with that right now. I'll hit Y. Okay. Let's see, that works. Thank you. All right, yoke is gone. So we're going to get battery on, clear prop. Let's get mixture in, and we'll get this thing started up here. Got both engines running. Get our alternators on. Avionics on. Prop sync on. Let's get our pitot heat on. And let's get our strobes. Beacon. Nav. Panel just for grins. And we should get our taxi lights on, even though we're not taxiing too far. Let's see. So, yeah, I always forget it's Y on the keyboard. All right, so that's good. We're warming up here. Anything else I have to get on? I think we're all good to go here. So let's get to our flight plan menu. Delete. And we're going to go to ERC. That's just Windows telling me they want to upgrade. Or I should say Microsoft telling me that they want to upgrade Windows. Not today. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but on the G1000, with the recent updates, they've Laminar has done a better job with the granularity. Yeah, that's the one northeast. We don't want to be in Japan, except. And then we're going to go 33N. So it's much easier on the G1000. In fact, even the lettering seems to be bigger, which is good. 33. So I was pleased to see that in the recent update. Oh, crap. Damn it. Come on. There you go. 33. You do have to be a little bit careful about which dial you're selecting. So we should be good there. Let me get this down to that. We're going to menu, activate leg. Boom. Beautiful. GPS. And we should be good to go here. Simple flight. Now I don't have, we're at VA57. SimPilot 13 created some new scenery for VA57 because it is kind of a wacky airport with the scenery. And I haven't had a chance to install, there's a bunch of libraries that you have to install. He's got instructions on explain.org. I'll show you. There's a link in my Discord in the VR Aviation lobby channel where you can get this scenery if you want to load that up. But right now this is the stock scenery. I just haven't had a chance to load all the libraries and stuff. In any event, so let's just double check, make sure we got everything set and running. Let's see what she looks like on the outside. Looking good. Beautiful. Nice job on the livery by Sapper. Yeah, it's a road on the farm. I know. It's really weird. It's like, and there's like a racetrack or something around it. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. But hey, listen, it's an airport. It's a place we can fly to, which is cool. It's a nice long airport. And all right, so let's get FSEconomy loaded up here. So we'll go to, so you guys can see it, explain. Go to here, go to explain FSEconomy, log in, start flight, boom, that's good. And we should be good to go here. Yep, en route. Not a big money maker, but that's okay. It's fun. I love flying in these East Coast FBOs. Just lots of fun. All right, so let's get that going there. It's a horse training farm. Yeah, it's weird. I guess I don't know. Is it because is the airport in the wrong position or something? Or I'm not sure. All right, so we've got everything set. Well, let's do this. Does this have a runway information? I don't even know. I don't even think it's got runway information, does it? Let me look on FS on here. Oh, okay, gotcha. They're flying horses out. Gotcha. Interesting. Let's go here. Runway 9. So we're 9. 9er or 270. Okay. All right, so we're going to be departing runway 9er. All right, since it's a private airport, we don't really have to worry about, there's no CTAF, so let's get our taxi on and get her in the air. All right, up and away, baby. And rotate. Gear up, flaps up. I also noticed they fixed the positioning in some of the planes, like when you go back to cockpit view, like you're actually in the right position, which is really good. All right, we're not going to fly too high today. We'll get up to 2,000. Virginia horse farm country. Actually, I think 1,800 would be good. LNAV on.
LNAV on.
Autopilot on.
Autopilot on.
Altitude hold.
Altitude hold on.
There you go. Beautiful. All right, so we've got probably got about a half hour to our waypoint. Just make sure everything is here. And I'm going to pre-program. Let me get my CTAF for Delaware, which is 123.0. I guess we could do it here. Let me just. Set COM 1. Sometimes it's nice to not do it with, to do it without plane command, Let me get myself centered here. Cool, 84 miles, about 90 miles actually, and we'll be there. So, all right. So a couple updates. Let's take a look at the VR Aviation group. Get that up here. All right. So on the numbers, let's see. We've got almost $1 million right now in cash, which is good. Saving up our money. Not sure if we're going to buy a plane, or a choice FBO in the East, which we've been trying to find, like a 3-lotter somewhere in the East. It's just very difficult to get that. Let me get so anyway, but doing very well on cash. Take a look at the monthly statement. So we've got $3.6 million in assignment income, and our net is $1.2 million. So it's a pretty good margin there. Our rental income and aircraft operations, $140K. In the black there, which is sweet. And then FBO operations were a little over 100K in the black there, so that's doing well too. So hopefully, as long as the FBOs pay for themselves, and we've purchased a bunch of FBOs this month. So now that the networks are kind of built out, we'll be looking for like choice purchases. Certainly, like I said, a 3-lotter in the East is one thing that we want. But, maybe you will buy a new plane. Now, we have to think about what we need. We've got...
Caution, inside TFR.
Okay, we're not worried about TFRs. We've got pretty good hangar of planes right now. PC-12 we've got in Tampa, which is great. I was thinking maybe a PC-12 somewhere in the East Coast we could do. Also... You've got the TBM 900 coming out soon, which looks like a really intriguing plane and probably really good for FSEconomy. So maybe we buy a TBM 850 and spoof it, spoof the alias. You do that. I don't know. We have to think about that. Certainly the Barons are always solid, and good money makers. But not sure. I think, I kind of tend to think we should, planes are fun to fly. That's what it's all about. But it's also nice to have the FBO income. Sapper, haven't heard anything back from the Mooney winner yet. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that'd be nice. So we'll have a... Now, where is that M20R, Sapper? So basically what Sapper did was the person that won the AFM Mooney in the giveaway that I had on my YouTube channel, Sapper was willing to give that person a Mooney in FSE, but that person hasn't responded. I'm not sure if that person's on FSE. So Sapper's saying that if he doesn't respond, then he's going to give the Mooney to the group. Be kind of nice. We have a Mooney in the West. It'd be kind of nice to have a Mooney in the East. Okay, Georgia's perfect. Then what I would do is if you give it to the group, either I or someone else could fly it up from Georgia. To 33N, because we have a Mooney there now, but we're renting it, and it would be nice to have our own. So maybe that'll be the plan. So if that person doesn't respond, that'd be great. That'd be awesome, and we appreciate that. Yeah, he probably doesn't, MK. He probably doesn't fly. So anyway, so we're doing pretty well with our stable. I flew a Quest Kodiak to BTM to Burt Mooney, and I've been using that to do some transport. Let me just show you that here. We go to BTM. It's our main hub. Okay. We've got the Quest Kodiak there. I love this plane. I mean, it's similar to a 208, but it's got a G1000 in it. A few less passengers, but about the same load as far as cargo. But I don't know. I just really the flight modeling to me is, and again, I'm not a real pilot, but it seems to be much more realistic than the 208. In any event, might be cool to have a Quest. If you guys are into the Quest Kodiak, might be good to buy one of these for BTM, to have one there. Speaking of which, we've got a bunch of supply runs that have to be done. We've got some supplies going to 05 MT, MT58, and we've got some going to the Idaho. I brought a couple to Idaho yesterday. But if you guys are looking for some group assignments, check out, go to BTM and maybe fly some of these supplies. What we're trying to do is get the FBO supplied for at least 90 days, just to make things a little bit easier on the management. And we've got some supply runs there. We're also going to have some work to do in France. We go to management here in France. We just sort by days. So we've got a couple of FBOs in France that we're going to have to resupply soon. So we'll be creating supplies for that, and we'll be looking for folks to help. I know we've got a 208. Erasmus is 208 somewhere in that area, I think. So we could use that, but we're going to have to do some supply runs out in the French network. Speaking of which, if you take a look at our website, go here. So we've been making a couple of updates to the website. This stuff is pretty much all the same. Added a couple of more of the liveries to it, but now the two main updates are, if you go to the livery page, you can now click on any of these images and get the VR Aviation livery of your choice. And you can see the DC-3, the Bell 407, the Baron that I'm flying now, the 1900D, the AFM Ovation, which is nice, the stock Cessna Sim Pilots creation. We've got the PC-12 and the 208. So if you want any of these liveries, just go to our website, vraviation.wixsite.com/vraviation. Sorry for the long URL, but I've been looking for an potentially appropriate URL to use there. But if I do that, then we've got to pay for the cost of this website. And right now we're getting this website for free. So in any event, we'll have to live with that URL for now. So those are the liveries. And then more importantly, we now have a reports tab. If you click on that, you'll get this report that Mike created, Boeing engineer or N1316 MC on Discord and on YouTube, on FSE as well. It's a great report, and he's planning on doing some more, but it's baby steps, and this is awesome. Right now, this is current month, and it shows pilots by income, and you can actually sort this, which is cool, by income. It's the fees, and if you scroll over here a little bit wider, let me see if I can get that. Oh, you can export it too. Cool. It shows you the margins. Okay, so what your margins are. So Mike did a really nice job on this, and he's planning on doing previous months, so you can take a look at multiple months back and stuff. So thanks to Mike for spending the time doing this. It's updated every 6 hours, I believe, which is nice. And again, it's current month. So what's nice too is you have this flowing chart down here that shows you by the day of the activity, which is kind of cool. You can see here March 11th, we $360,000 in income, which is a pretty steep one. So in any event, nice to have this. And so speaking of which, the monthly contest, you can see right here, you've got MK84 is in the lead. Myself, Erasmus, and Sapper are not participating. But MK84 is in the lead for that contest. Brian Holm, which is a sim pilot, he's in second, and Crash is in third, closely by Flyboy and a few others. M9 is in there, so all these books have a little bit of have a chance to pop into the top three. And we're paying 10%, 6%, and 4% of the net assignment income. So that's assignments after expenses, which is a nice bonus for the top three pilots. And we do that every month as part of VR Aviation. So thanks again to Mike for creating this very nicely colorful report. And I'm sure he has some other things in mind, but this is great to have right here. So in any event, see, our FBO network really hasn't changed too much. We did sell the Nevada FBO, so I'm gonna have to update this, but everything else is pretty much the same. You can see I've created, you can get right to the FSE page now for the hubs if you just click on these links. All right, and there's our 33N hub, and then we've got the LFDA hub in France. The Trenton gates that we currently have, we're renting. I'm going to be giving those up. Not going to be re-renting those because I'm not sure if there's really any value to having, as far as income to the group, of renting. It's nice to have the N72 because that gives us kind of a stretch run out to the upper areas of the region, which is kind of cool. We do rent gates up here, but Trenton, we're going to give those up. Partially, the reason there is my thought is if we reduce the amount of activity in Trenton, maybe the person that owns Trenton will sell it to us for a reasonable price. But because it would be nice to have it in our network. But in any event, so that's the plan there. And like I said, our FBOs are doing really well. So some cool areas to fly if you're part of the group. Make sure you frequent the FBOs and keep the business in the family, if you will. So let me just take a look at, go back to FSEconomy here, take a look at our log. So you can see we've got some nice activity today. I'm sorry, yesterday. Today we don't have much activity, but yesterday we had some decent activity. And, thanks to everyone for flying. Appreciate that. Yeah, and as I mentioned, NV47, I'm going to have to remove that. That's a static picture on the website, Sapper, so I'm going to have to update that. So in any event, appreciate all the great flying. Let's keep up the good work. Let me see if there's anything else that we want to look at here. I think that's it. All right, so cool. So let's keep cranking up the cash, and we'll figure out what we're going to do with it as we go along here. Let's see. Oh yeah, so two new. I mentioned there's two. Get rid of this. So we've got two new updates as far as scenery goes. VA57, which I mentioned before. There's a link to. I can put that link in the chat. It's on the Discord, but if you want to get to it, let me just see here. All right, so this is VA57 that SimPilot created. If you want to download that, there's some libraries you're going to have to install in order to use it. So look at his instructions and you can figure that out. And also 33N, which we're going to be flying into. You're going to see M9 Aviation's creation there. He's actually created a VR Aviation custom scenery there with a really nice terminal and stuff, which we're going to check out in a second. And that's still in beta. So he hasn't made that available to everyone yet. Once he gets things completely ironed out with that, I'm sure he'll be making that available to everybody. So yeah, should be cool. Where did you post? Did you post it on the org? If you could put the link in the description, that'd be all in the chat here. That'd be great. Oh, never mind. I have it here. Never mind. And there it is. So let's see. Let's go here. We'll go check out. Oops. Yeah, for some reason that link isn't working. Because it's got a .zip at the end there. You need to have the link. Let me just see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. So you post it in the download index. So if we go to liveries. Is it in this area here, I guess? Oh, not liveries. Duh, what am I thinking? Scenery. I always think, what am I thinking? Liveries. Scenery. Did you, where exactly? Because this is a zip file, and for some reason that doesn't, won't let you get to that. See if I can find it by searching here. Nope. Yeah, if you could post a link to where it's uploaded, that'd be awesome, M9. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'll probably put another page here, or actually maybe on this page I'll call it downloads, and we'll have the liveries and we'll have the scenery right on this one. We'll just make it simpler. All right, so in here we'll have liveries and we'll have download scenery, so that this will be the area where we can get to our custom stuff. All right, so I'll make those changes in the next couple of days, and then I already posted the link for so this is Powhatan. It's pretty cool. It's got the building there, a bunch of other stuff there. As you can see, it is a racetrack. So you've got the racetrack right there, and this is the private runway, I guess, which is interesting. So thanks for doing that, SimPilot and M9 Aviation. Thank you very much for, I know that those are hard work to do, so we appreciate that. And you can see you're gonna have to load up a couple of these libraries. I just haven't had a chance to download any of these libraries yet. A bunch of stuff. So anyway, make sure you check that stuff out, guys. All right. Where the hell are we? We just crossed the Delaware. Nope. What do we cross here? Where are we? The Chesapeake, Upper Chesapeake. So yeah, if you guys have some time today and you want to fly in some beautiful, beautiful scenery, go to KBTM and take that 208 and fly some of those supply runs out to those FBOs. It really, it's challenging because you're flying through those, huge mountains, and you need to really be attentive. It's not like the flat flying like you do here on the East Coast. It's Really, really beautiful, actually. I love flying out there, so make sure you check that out. So my next, I'm going to be working on a livery for, I'm planning a livery for the Quest Kodiak. You know how we get into these cycles where we kind of like, at least I do, I get into a cycle where I kind of like fall in love with a plane, and I spend a lot of time flying it. And, it's funny because when the X-Plane VR first came out, the Quest Kodiak did not function well at all. It just didn't function well at all. It was like flying a washing machine with the with the judder. But then once Laminar switched to using the Oculus SDK instead of using SteamVR, everything was fine, but it's much better with it. In fact, the developers of the Quest Kodiak came out with a VR update, and now you can pretty much fly that thing in VR. Even the yokes and stuff work. So it's really fun to fly, and you've got a G1000 in there, which I'm growing more and more fond of using. And I like the 208, but I just think that plane's more realistic. The 208, when you land it, it's not really very realistic. It's like landing I don't know, a hot air balloon or something. And the Quest, you've got to be more attentive to it. The Kodiak, I should say, you've got to be more attentive to it, which makes it more challenging. So, yeah, really loving that Quest. So you're really liking the PC-12. Yeah, the PC-12, and like you, I've flown that plane a lot in X-Plane, and I really like it in the air. I don't like it on the ground. I think the ground handling is really bad. It's like when you hit the brakes on it, it like jumbles side to side. When you land it, if you don't land it absolutely perfectly, what's that? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll bring the prop pressure and the manifold pressure down a little bit. I'm just trying to get there quick, not too worried about gas. But I find, and you tell me if you find this on the PC-12, when you land that plane, even when I think I'm going to be like my descent angle is right, and I flare it up, and I feel like everything is right on the money, I get this crunch sound when the wheels hit. When the wheels hit, and I've gone back and looked, and they're even like very smooth landings. You get like a crunch sound on the wheels. That's one thing. And again, the ground handling, it just seems to go. The plane seems to go all over the place, on the ground. I like it in the air. I do like it in the air. I'm not sure how realistic it is because I've never really flown one, but seems to be okay for me. I love the way the cockpit looks. I think they did a nice job with that. It's just the ground handling. Obviously, that clicking sound, which you can fix with the sound modification fix. But the ground handling to me is just, I don't know, not that great. But it's a great plane in FSEconomy because, you're flying at about 240 knots. And 10 passengers, you can bing, bing, bing around Florida or bing, bing, bing around New York, and very economical to fly it. You could put 5 assignments in there, not pay any booking fees, and make a nice amount of money pretty quickly. In fact, I use that plane to rack up the funds to buy the Challenger. Really bland flight model, yeah. So you're going to put in the AeroSim gaming flight model. Now, how the hell do you do that? How do you put in the AeroSim gaming flight model? Is there a way? There's a way to modify that? Yeah, I've never flown it that high because I don't take it on really long flights. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, let me know about that, especially the ground handling, because like I said, that's the thing that bothers me the most about it. But I love the way it looks, you know, and I love the way, especially from the cockpit, you know, it looks great in the cockpit. What do you guys think of anybody? Did anybody buy the Diamond DA? Was it 62? I haven't purchased it yet. I'm back and forth on it. I mean, it looks really cool. But the problem is it's not supported in FSE. So if you're, you know, it's sort of like for me, FSEconomy has become like the driving force behind flying, you know. Oh, cool. I'll check that out. Oh, Aerosim. Oh, yeah, Aerosim Gaming. He's a dude that's building the plane. Oh, okay. So you got to wait for approval on that M9. So yeah. So keep that link on file, and I'll keep looking at that. Is that the same version that I have, or has there been any modifications? Yeah. So I guess Russia's Aerosim Gaming. He's the guy that's building the plane. I watch his stream from time to time when he's building that plane in his garage there. But yeah. What about the Diamond? Anybody buy the Diamond? I've heard it looks pretty good in VR. That most of the stuff is functional. Okay, cool. Most I've been trying to. I was thinking about buying it, but then I'm saying to myself, well, am I really going to fly that plane a lot because it doesn't? It's not supported in FSE, and you know, you read the threads on the FSEconomy um, bulletin board or whatever, and they have not, you know, they're not committed to creating one. Who God knows when they will, you know. Yeah, see, a lot of people won't buy the plane unless it's in FSC, and I'm the same. I'm almost. I mean, because like I said, it's FSC has become like the driving factor for flight simulation for me. Yes, I mean, yes, I like being in the planes and flying it, and they're fun. And Pilot Edge is also, you know, a driving force, and I guess you could fly the Diamond on Pilot Edge, but you know, having it in FSEconomy makes it, you know, makes it more fun. Wouldn't it be cool if FSEconomy, those folks opened it up so that people could create planes? I mean, I understand they're trying to manage things, and I don't know. And I understand that you have to limit the amount of planes, and you don't want to you don't want to overdo it. But there's certain planes like the Cirrus Jet, you know, or the Diamond DA, right? Or well, here's our turn. I better pay attention. Where's our airport here? Okay. Now, here's the thing about the new get myself lined up here. The new taking off autopilot. The new 33N that that the M9 created. He did it real world realistic. So the real airport has two runways. The closed runway, which is for some reason closed, I'm not sure why, and the new runway, which is where we're going to land on. So it's actually a real world configuration of this airport, which is very, very cool. All right, SimPilot, take care. Thanks for stopping by. Let me get while I'm yapping here, I got to get the plane ready to land. Got 3 green. So we're landing in the new runway. on the new runway, and we'll take a little tour of the airport that M9 Aviation created, the one that you can get on
500.
On the org once it's approved. So let me get my second notch of flaps in there. Actually, I tell you what, let's take a little flight over here. We'll take a slow flight so you can see. So if you look here, get over to the there's the airport, there's the new runway, and to the right of it there's the old runway with the X's in it. You've got your hangars over there, those 3 large hangar rows, and then you've got the VR Aviation FBO and repair hangar that M9 created, and then you've got another hangar at the east side of the airport there. So interesting. I didn't know that airport was under a change like that. So it's nice to have that real world feel. It would be interesting, M9, if you submitted that to X-Plane on the the scenery, whatever they call it, repository, to see if they'd approve that, because that would be kind of cool if it was actually part of X-Plane 11, base scenery. All right, so we're going to turn here. We'll take another pass here. Yeah, you should submit it to that and see if they take it, because you made it real world realistic. The only thing that's unrealistic is the VR Aviation hangar, which if that gets by, it's kind of cool if a VR Aviation hangar is part of the X-Plane standard scenery. But yeah, you should do that. You should definitely submit that, because I mean, you did a nice job on it. And when I first landed, I'm like, oh boy, I think he might have messed up the runway. But the fact that it's realistic to real world, there's the tip of my wing. You can see the FBO. It's really nice. Nice work. The fact that it's real world is pretty cool. All right, so let me get we'll take her in this time. A lot of horse farms around here. Everybody's puking in the back. But it's now, what's nice is you've taken it from a, bland scenery, and now you've created kind of like a destination to check out. It's kind of cool. All right, let's get this plane on the ground. Now, I'm assuming you can taxi on the closed runway. One of the updates was to have it covered, let me just see, cover the ground up around the areas where the ortho still shows trees. Gotcha, okay. So we'll taxi over to the VR Aviation FBO, which is kind of cool. Labor of love. I'm sure it's. I was actually thinking of learning how to do this, and I just haven't had the time. All right, so now we're going over to the old runway, which, as you can see, is marked with the X, which we're allowed to taxi on. You can see the complex over there, the VR Aviation FBO, which is nice. DC-3 sitting out front. Various GA aircraft. And if you look inside the hangar, go over here. You got a PC-12. And you got a B1900D and you got a 208 all squeezed in there. Squozed in there. Go over here and park next to the we got preferential treatment. What was a no taxi zone? You can't taxi on the runway? You're not allowed to taxi on the runway? There's yellow lines going to that X. Yeah, you know what? As the CEO of VR Aviation, I could taxi anywhere I want. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
All right, let me end this flight so I don't forget to do that. All right, we'll go over the numbers in a second, but what I want to do, let me turn the plane off here. So we'll go prop back. All right, cool. Let's go here and check out the FBO, man. There it is. Nicely done. Looks like from a distance, looks like you can actually see inside. If you go over here and check out the hangar, you can see the planes, which is nice. Up there, you got all your logos, different planes that they service. Go back here, you can see the VR Aviation. On the wall over there, there's a 1900D. That's looking nice. PC-12. Wow, looking nice. Nice work, man. Nice work, M9. Really, really nice. It's a nice touch to have these planes in here, you know. Really is. It's a nice touch. Go over here. This is the DC-9. Sorry, DC-3. And if we go over here, there you've got our our general GA parking, and we can go down here. And we've got our hangars. Plane right there. I guess we can go to tower view. Let's see if I can go to tower view. Oh, there's a tower view. Oops. Damn it. That's kind of cool. Fuel trucks. Oh, you got a heliport there. Nice. Nice job on the heliport. Oh, you might be right because there's no yellow line between those two X's. So I guess I wasn't supposed to taxi there. Oh, well. So you're working on KBTM too. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, thank you for doing this, and also thanks to SimPilot for doing VR. Let me go down here. Oh, look at that. Thanks for doing VA 57. There's the VR Aviation logo right there on the building. Nice. Got the fence. Got your car over here. There's our van. Very nice. Nicely done. Well, thanks for doing that. Awesome. So what is the rule as far as taxiing? Can you taxi on the closed runway or not? 'Cause I guess I should follow the rule if I'm here next time. No problem. No problem. I think it's cool to look at. Right there. It's nice, man. Let's see. Let me go to let's go to here and see what kind of money we made. Probably not too much. All right, technically you're not allowed to, so you've got to follow the yellow lines. Okay. We'll make sure we do that from now on. So, Raladic? Is it Raladic? You're absolutely correct. I should not have taxied there, but I wanted to take a look at it. So next time I won't. Anyway, not a big money maker, but we got the distance bonus back, which is nice, and we made $1,700 for the group, which is good. Yeah, that might be cool. Put a barrier across where you're not allowed to taxi. Although, people should know. People like me should know the rule, right? All right, cool. So let's go to. I think I'm going to do a Quest flight here. Let me go to VR Aviation, and we're going to go to. Let me get this going here. So we're going to go Quest. We're going to go to KBTM. Oops. Get that Quest loaded up there. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, if they download, oh yeah, the library of the stuff that you have, yeah, cool. That'd be awesome. Yeah, so if you're interested in doing that, just get with M9. He's happy to share that stuff with you. All right, so we're gonna I'm gonna rent this plane here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, let's go to BTM. And we're gonna rent the Quest Kodiak. And I'm going to do one of these supply routes. I guess we'll do MT48 as long as I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. I might have a plan already set up for that. Yeah, I do. All right. But it's going to be. So we're going to go MT48 in the Quest. I know I could take at least 2 of these. Let's just see how many we can load up. Yeah, not like the one I couldn't find yesterday. All right, so we have enough room for. Nope, we can only take 2. All right. 65 gallons of gas should be plenty. We're going to fly that for VR Aviation. Let's go to our flight plan here. Clear that. You guys can look in the upper left-hand corner. So we're going KBTM. We're going to MT48. And it's not too far, is it? It's a private, so I'll have to figure it out. Is that a grass runway? I guess we'll figure it out when we get there. I know I've flown there before. Can I take a passenger? Let's see. I'll try taking a passenger. Take a pork chop John's employee. Let's do that. Yep. Oh yeah, I had enough space for there. Cool. And let's just load. We got 49 kilograms. Let's just add some. We'll add some fuel. What the hell? We're at 65. Let's go to 80. Beautiful. All right, so that's our plan here. Again, not a big one, but we need to get these supplies to BTM. All right, cool. Let me get this. All right. All right, we are cold and dark in the Quest Kodiak. Get rid of that yoke. All right, hopefully I remember how to do this. So let's go to master on. Get our condition and prop. Get that to idle. Prop to feathered. And oh, this is what I have to remember. Get the fuel shutoffs on. That's what I forgot the last time, thanks to SimPilot. Remind me of that. And let's get our starter going. Oh, what am I doing here? Okay, good. We're good to go there. Beautiful. I turned the generator and the alternator on. Let's get our aviation bus on, auxiliary bus on. Let's get our avionics on. Beacon on, strobe on, nav on, taxi on. Pitot heat on. Cabin interior, we don't need that. We'll just put that to normal. Don't need that. Oh, that hangar right. That hangar right here. Nice. All right, so that'll be a VR aviation hangar. Nice, nice, cool. That's awesome. All right, so turn the ignition off, and we're warming up nicely here. Demolition, yeah, you gotta knock it down. All right, let's get our. Pretty sure I got a flight plan for where we're going. So flight plan, menu. See, it's a little bit bigger and less granular, which is good. Delete that. So we're gonna go here. Get the cursor. We're going KBTM MT48. Nothing fancy. Enter. Flight plan MT48. We're gonna go flight plan over here. And let's see. We're gonna go. Let's get our transponder on. Where is it? Transponder. Altitude. And pretty sure we're going to have to fly around 12,000, but I might hand fly this. Let's see. So we're going to have to get up over that. If you look at the upper left hand, we're going to have to get up over that mountain. Probably fly to the north of it a little bit. And then just kind of stay. It's not too far. It's 84 miles. No, it's 48 miles. Yeah, we're gonna have to be at about 12,000. So let's yeah, 12.5. I usually fly around 12,000. Altitude 12,500.
Altitude 12,500 feet.
All right. And let's see. Zoom in here so we can see our taxi diagram. So we're gonna. Does it have the airport? Let me just look at the like that. That's what I love about the G1000. Call in Sapper for the demo. We should have a demo party. All right, so if I go to here, I'm going to take off on runway 12 or 15. And I think we're good to go there. I just got to get FSEconomy loaded. So let's do that. All right, FSEconomy is started. All right, MK, take care, man. Thanks for joining. Do I have a... No. Oh, I gotta take all the, I gotta get rid of all that stuff. Okay, cool. I don't need a tow. Where's the tow? Tug off. Okay. Good. Looks like we're okay. Hopefully I don't have to just redistribute the weight. All right, so let's get this thing to the runway and get the hell out of here. Oh, you know what? I do have to redistribute the weight. Set parking brake.
Parking brakes set.
I do have to redistribute the weight. Tail is still tied down? No, it's not. It's not tied down. I think it's a weight distribution issue. You've seen it happen in real life, yeah. How much payload do I have? 1,300. You guys can't see what I'm doing here, but basically moving all the payload to the front. That should be good. Hopefully that'll work. All right, come on. Still getting used to the ground handling. I got the prop spinning too fast. All right, let's get there. Come on. You've seen it happen in real life. Yeah, I mean it's, and apparently this plane has it's very particular on the weight distribution. Although I think the latest update, which I do have, fixed some of the issues.
Entered runway 12, 5,000 feet remaining.
All right, we've got 12 here. Let me get my, come on. Fix my range. Flight plan is good. Good to go. Have to get up over those mountains pretty quickly. I think the 208 might have a little bit more cargo space than this plane, but this plane was really designed for like, you know, like remote areas. And rotate. Get those flaps up. Get that airspeed going. Let the hand flyer out of the valley here. So M9, how long did it take you to create 33N? Just curious. How much time and how much time did you put into doing that? Man hours. Once we get over this little peak here, then I'll get the autopilot going. All right, let's get the nav on. Let's get our vertical speed on. We're going to climb at, should go 700, around 700 feet per minute. Far more than you want to admit. Yeah, yeah. I felt like that about the B1900D livery I did when I did that Christmas livery. I said, oh, this shouldn't be too hard. And I think I put at least 15, maybe more hours into that. Airport itself, not long, maybe 4 to 5, but the building, okay. The building took that long, huh? Did you learn anything through the process that will help you speed things up the next time? I was going to say, the first time takes a long, I see, gotcha. So now that you've learned how to do things, you can streamline things. Texture mapping. Have you ever thought of, now that you're getting into 3D drawing, first of all, did you do it in VR or 2D? Probably 2D, right? I mean, did you work in 2D? I imagine you did. Wait, what? I'm confused here. Is MT... Oh, 84, never mind. I'm not confused. So each one of these surfaces have to be individually mapped to a region in a single... Oh, wow. So every wall... I see. Every surface is a separate PNG. So you have to make sure that it's correct on a three-dimensional plane, basically. Wow. Interesting. Every surface in a region. Okay. What is it? I'm sorry to be, if this is a stupid question. What is a region? What makes up a region? I'm just curious because I'm thinking about diving into this and I want to know if I'm just trying to get my head around what it takes. The beautiful Montana scenery. Look at that. It's beautiful. I don't know, guys. I think this plane deserves a VR Aviation livery. I think that's my next project. All the surfaces are... So if you think of your livery... Okay. All the surfaces are contained in that single PNG file. So basically... Oh, okay. So it's like the way you would build the outside of a plane, right? Wow. Sounds complicated. So basically, you've got all the surfaces, and then you've got to map it onto a 3D plane, if you will. Not airplane, but plane. The way you map is 3D objects, you have to select the region defined by each object in the file and map that onto the surfaces. Okay. Can you take objects that are already created in the libraries, like hangars, like that hangar at BTM that you said you were going to demolish? could you take that object and modify it and just put, like, let's say you wanted to just use that particular hangar that's got those doors across, those 4 white doors, and just put like a VR Aviation logo across those 4 white doors? Could you do something like that? Or do you have to or do you have to recreate that object in order to do that? Okay. All right, we're coming up to 12th thou here. Okay. So it's like a 2-step process. Well, I'm sure it's more than 2 steps, but it's the creation and then the mapping. Yeah, I'm sure it's not hard to, yeah, I'm sure it's complicated. It is a complicated, it seems like a complicated process. All right, we're coming to 12.5. $55 miles, 65 miles to go. We'll start to pick up some speed here. Mikey's head is hurting. Are there any decent videos on YouTube, like explaining how to do it? I mean, you don't have to put any links. I could search it up. I'm just wondering if there's some good stuff to read to watch about it. None that you found, okay. So good help on the org forms, okay, and a few how to generic SketchUps. So you got Blender or SketchUp that you can use, okay. Man, I hope I put enough fuel in this thing. I should be okay. It was simply... Oh, okay. Because yeah, it is a pretty complicated structure that you put together there. Now that you know what you're doing, okay. Yeah, you might be good to do it. You might get a lot of views on that. Right, do something simple, like a simple building, you know. Yeah, look at that scenery. That's beautiful. You know, I read a lot of debates on the Facebook groups, the X-Plane Facebook groups. You know, there's two of them, the main ones. And the debates. There were actually two threads this week about triple monitor versus VR, and there were like, you know, like I would say about 40% of the people said VR, you know, would be a better way to go. And you know, I think what it is that the people that have not experienced VR flight simulation in X-Plane yet, especially with ortho, when you look down on something like that and you see the definition of those hills and mountains, that's what makes it worthwhile, you know? There's no way you can get that feeling in 2D. You just can't get it. Well, I think you did a great job, man. I think you did a great job. All right, I'm going to start preparing for my landing here. So I don't remember the last time I went to MT-48. I don't remember which way the runway goes. All right, let me figure this out here. So we're, let's see. All right, we got 14 minutes here. I want to see, I get over these peaks, and then my elevation is what? About 4,000? About 5,000? 4,000? The elevations here are 9,000. So I guess what I could do is I could come around here, which is what I think I'm going to do. This Zublet, and then work my way over the lower part of that mountain so I can start to descend. Okay, so I gotta go to the left there. Let me just get this range in here. All right, so altitude 10,000.
Altitude 10,000 feet.
All right, let's get that down here. So vertical speed, we're going to go down. At 500 feet per minute. Tricky part about flying in these mountains, you know? We'll get her down to 10,000 and I'll fly around those peaks. That first set of peaks in front of me, and the second set in the distance is beyond where I'm going. So, because I've only got 33 miles. And I could change my course here. Put me a little bit out of the way. Go out here. Zubuli. That'll get me lower, which is probably what I think I'm going to do. So it's Z-U-B-L-I, right? So let's get into that flight plan. And I want to do that. Now, you know what? Screw that. I'm just going to hand fly it. I'll just hand fly it. I know where it is. Remaculous. Thanks for joining the stream, man. Appreciate it. We're heading into MT48, delivering some supplies to our one of our FBOs. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going over this way. Sometimes you just got to take the plane and forget about hand flying, or forget about the autopilot. So this way I can start to gradually descend here. Or I could put it on heading. Where's my heading? Autopilot on heading. Let's do that. Over there. Altitude 9,000.
Altitude 9,000 feet.
Yeah, exactly. Want to do a little bit of a dog leg. If I plan this again, I would use that Zuli waypoint, so you can start to descend, because this way you don't, you're not doing a drastic descends. I'll just use the heading bug. Actually, bring it down. Altitude 8,000.
Altitude 8,000 feet.
Yeah, Remaculous. Thanks for joining. Are you? So this is the first time watching X-Plane 11. So this is X-Plane 11. This is virtual reality. I'm using the Oculus Rift CV1, and we're flying in VR. To you, it looks two-dimensional, but to me, it's absolutely three-dimensional. It's as if I was in a real cockpit. It's a little blurry because of the resolution of the headset, but it's very cool. All right, make sure I'm in the right track here. Yep. Just gonna make this range out here, see where. Okay, I see where I'm going. So it's kind of in that valley right over there. Altitude 8,500.
Altitude 8,500 feet.
Now the tricky part is going to be finding this this airport, or this strip, I should say. And I could probably hand fly right through. Right, not hand fly. I could probably get my heading. Right through there. This is the fun of flying around the mountains, you know. Well, I think if you ask anyone who flies in VR, Remaculous, they're going to tell you it's absolutely worth it. All right, let me focus on what I'm doing here. So we're at altitude 8,000. Altitude 7,500.
Altitude 7,100 feet.
I don't think I've ever been here before, so this is going to be an adventure finding this place. Somewhere in that valley over there. At 100 degrees. Oh, no. No. Yeah, about 100. So let's go to 100. Wait, not 100. Let's go there. All right, we are heading right towards her now. Altitude 6,500.
Altitude 6,400 feet.
All right, so we're 7 miles away. Heading right towards her. Let's see if we can get a visual. Let's see it. So these grass runways in VR are kind of tough. But I'm going to have to get down here. All right, we're hand flying it now.
Sync rate. Sync
All right,
rate.
all right, okay. Where's my runway? Where's the? I see something down there. Still got 3 miles. Start to slow that plane down, but I got to get down here. I don't see anything that resembles a runway yet. Two miles. It should be around here somewhere. I don't see it. Don't see it.
500.
Flight 209er, clear for vector 324.
Hey, thanks for the follow, whoever that was. I'll catch you later. I'm just trying to find this grass. All right, well, I passed it, so let's take another run. Wendover, how you doing? Just trying to find this this airfield. Let me set my flaps on here so I can. Is that it there? It doesn't look like it. Oops. I always have a hard time finding these places. That is not a runway. It's got to be around here someplace. It says I'm right on top of it. But I do not see a runway at all. Or a grass strip, I should say. should be right down there. Okay. Seriously, dude? Nowhere to be found. You guys have any landmarks here that can help me find this friggin' this this airstrip? Any ideas? An idea would be good right now. Because I cannot spot it. Nobody has any ideas, guys? Okay, let me just see if I can zoom in then. There's the dot, and there's me. So let me see if I can get to that dot. Well, good news is I see some buildings, so that's usually a sign of an airport. I think I got it. Oh, look at that. 21, right there. I got it, Crash. Thank you. Yeah, the big 21 sign. I just had to zoom. I had to zoom in on the GPS to figure it out. But thank you. As I burn precious fuel. Oops. All right, slow down. Take it easy. A little bit of a stall there. Well, we made it. Watch out for the tree. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to drop these supplies off, and then I'm going to call it a stream. I promise you I'll get the quest back to Mooney. But I've got to go help my son do his income taxes, so. Set parking brake.
Parking brakes set.
We're gonna, since we're in the remote area here, we're just gonna drop the passengers off at the on the runway here, and they can walk. Let's do that. FSEconomy. And let me just bring this up here. And if we go to the log and we go to MT40, now we've got 65 days worth of supplies there. Beautiful. I will take some of these people back. Actually, I could take 9 of them back. 6, 7, 8, 9. For my trip back. But we'll do that off stream. So anyway, I appreciate you guys joining today. Let's get my... Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful plane? I love this plane. I'm so glad now that it works well in VR. It's really a joy. Hey, Remaculous, thanks for following. I appreciate it. And thanks to everyone for following and checking out the stream today. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. And we'll be back soon, guys. If you're interested in joining the VR Aviation group, just go to FSEconomy, search group all, show all the groups, and just search for VR Aviation. Hit the join button, and we'll get you onto the pilot roster. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and have a great Sunday. Take care.